Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to farm these Djinn Essences, and you can also get Ruby Ether Claws and also Glittering Dust if you salvage the garments you get. So you come over here, which you get over here by going to Honor Hill, and there's you go to a Resurrection Shrine and some rocks will break down, and get the quest Gift of the Djinn, which you get after you complete this mission. Go over here, and there's a guy you can get the quest from. Otherwise, you just go here, talk to this person right here, go inside, and basically you just cast a bunch of spirits and you just run away and you just try and kill them. So a lot of times I actually die in the beginning because you just end up over aggroing. It just happens pretty much every time, or happens often, but it's okay because basically you just respawn right there. So you just respawn and you can just quickly take them out again. And the rest of the farm is not really that difficult. You might die occasionally, especially if you are not paying attention or you over aggro. It's pretty easy to die since they do a lot of damage, but otherwise it's relatively easy. So if this right here, you can either keep farming the beginning part over and over, or you can actually run around and do the entire thing, which is pretty much what I would do because because I don't really like just doing the same thing over and over again. And basically keep the Ruby Djinn Essences and the Diamond Essences and the Roaring Ether Claws and Roaring Ether Hearts and everything like that, because they are also hard nick items to get. And Ruby Djinn Essences and the Roaring Ether Claws have already happened, so it's going to be a long time before they ever become a nick item again. So, you might not want to keep them then, but I would still keep them anyway since they're hard to get. But otherwise, I just keep running back and just keep making new spirits and keep trying to heal the spirits by spawning them far away. But otherwise, it's pretty easy to do, and you just take them out, and you see you just got a Sapphire Djinn Essence there. And this is why buying this nick item is going to be a little bit it's going to be harder to find someone actually selling them than it usually would be, because the farm is actually a bit harder than usual. And also, I made a video about the Ruby Djinn Essence farm, and it pretty much goes over the entire Gift of the Djinn quest. I don't plan on doing it in this video because it takes an hour to do the entire quest. But, once again, you don't have to actually do the entire thing. And here's another farm. You come over here and we just run down through here. So basically, you just group up these foes right here. And I've also shown this in a video also with the Roaring Etherclaw farm. But it's there's also a decent amount of Sapphire Djinns here. And it does seem like essences fall relatively easy during this farm. So that's why I'm mentioning it. So if you are just after the Sapphire Djinn Essence, there's going to be some groups that don't have Sapphire Djinn, so you basically just skip them. Otherwise, you pretty much just ball up the Roaring Ethers, and then you basically just, have them all right here like what you see, and you just take them out. And you move like a dwarf is basically to try and stop them from being able to resurrect each other, which they did. The Roaring Ethers just resurrect each other. They don't resurrect the Sapphire Djinn. But that's basically what it's for. And then if you end up being left with one foe left, you can also take them out quicker by having you move like a dwarf. But otherwise, you just take them all out like this. And I got a Ruby Djinn Essence right there. Also got a Serpentine Reaver, which is quite nice, as you can tell. And we're going to just go right up here and take more of them out. So this farm right here is actually I think it's pretty good, and whenever I've done this, the drop rate seems to be above average, because I'm getting Roaring Ether Claws and everything during this farm, Ruby Djinn Essences, and even Sapphire Djinn Essences. So, but it's the first farm that I showed you is actually one where I got the majority of my Sapphire Djinn Essences from farming, but then again, I did that over and over again trying to get all the essences, and it took forever pretty much. So, full disclaimer. Yeah, but otherwise, this is a solid farm. The first farm might actually be the best one, but it's more if you get tired of that one, you can come and do this one. So that's the last group, and there's no sapphires in there, so I'm going to skip it. And there's the path that you take. And that Serpentine Reaver is quite nice. REQ 9, max damage. And basically, the armor is the same as usual. Wind Waker's Mysticism +1, Scythe Mastery +1, the normal Scythe, Wind Prayers +1/+3. And I, of course, have all the builds linked in the description down below. And here's another farm that you can do. So you can bring a speed hero to get you through there quicker. Just make sure you flag them out of range so they don't steal any of your drops. Then we basically just take all these guys out all the same. So this farm right here is just kind of like an extra one. I do think the previous two are like a bit better. Well, this is probably about as good as the previous farm, but the first farm is probably ultimately the best one. But then again, that's going to be the one that everyone else farms. So, you know, you might want to switch it up every now and then, which is usually what I do. And there's a couple other locations where you can actually farm like Ruby Djinn, Sapphire Djinn, and everything like that. It just seems like they're either like just kind of okay or they're not really that good. So I'm not really mentioning them. And I've also mentioned like, I think at least one other one in like a previous video, which is in the Ruby Djinn Essence video, which I'll have linked in the description down below. Otherwise, just keep like making spirits and running back and hexing them and then using Ebon Vanguard Assassin support. And otherwise, there it is right there. I actually got lucky and got a bunch of Roaring Ether Hearts, which I've done a lot of farming of these items, and I've never gotten this stuff to drop. I think I've only had it drop like one time randomly, like during a Vanquish or something. And I got like, I think 2 of them this run. I think I got 1 on a different run. But otherwise, you only need 5 Sapphire Djinn Essences. Come over here to Honor Hill. We're going to go over here. Just run right through here. So this run right here is really easy. There's literally, you can literally avoid the one group of enemies that's actually there. So it's a very easy run that you can do on like any character. And you only need the 5 Sapphire Djinn Essences. So go ahead and do this right here. Get your 5 gifts, and there you go. And there's the path right there. Pretty easy to do. And yeah, guys, so that's it for the farm. I actually enjoyed farming it. You get a bunch of other hard items, but this is a bit of a harder Nick week item. Like the drop rate is iffy. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. That's it. Dungeon is signing out.